Hi everyone. I am here to share a dream that I had 2 nights ago, and had no intentions on sharing it, but it's something that, as I've prayed about and sought the Lord for interpretation on, He's impressed it on me to let people know about it. So I'll tell you about it and the interpretation that I came to, and yeah, just trust the Lord that He will show you whatever you need to see in it. So yeah, 2 nights ago, I had this dream, and in the dream, I knew that a man from Tahiti had had a vision. And as I was getting this information, I was actually seeing the vision as well. Had had a vision of a tsunami that was coming that was 7 times the height of the ocean. So, and I saw a picture of the globe, and it was just this water, this tsunami was just going to cover and impact the entire planet. And as this tsunami was approaching, the pressure of this wave was actually causing the earth to, as I saw it, it just kind of like moved like it was water, but it was the ground, the earth was just moving and shifting under the weight, the pressure of this approaching wave. Um, and then, so as I got that information, I thought, okay, I need to prepare. And I looked around to see where I was and what I needed to do. And I had a key in my hand, and in front of me, I saw a doorway in a building. And inside the room, I saw that it was filled with lockers. And I thought perhaps this key that I'm holding is for opening one of those lockers. So I go into this room and I try and open a bunch of these lockers, and none of them opened. But as I kind of finish up doing that, I turn around and go back to the doorway, and I look out the doorway, and through the doorway, I see down the street and across to another street, I see this huge wave of black fog coming down the city street and just filling up and engulfing all of the space. And I knew that it was going to come and engulf the entire city that I was in. So I quickly closed the door to the room that I was in, and thought perhaps that'll stop it from actually getting in. But it didn't. The blackness actually came all the way into the room and filled up the room, and it was completely thick darkness. And it was almost like I couldn't see anything physically, but I could still see in the spirit. I could still see and discern what was going on. So as I could kind of discern in the spirit, there were these two people that came up to me and started sort of fighting me, attacking me. So I was fighting them back, and I knew that this wave of blackness that was coming was only preceding the entire the tsunami that was coming after it. So there was the ground shifting, then this wave of blackness, and then the tsunami was going to hit. I had a dream less than 3 weeks ago now of an event like this, and it involved a tsunami, and it involved a wave of fog and mist and darkness before the tsunami hit as well. So in this particular dream, I remembered, I was conscious of my last dream, and I remembered the message that I was given in my last dream, that I knew that I needed to call on God as this blackness was covering us. Call on Him, call on Him, call on Him. So that's what I was doing in this, while this blackness was covering me. And so that's the point at which I woke up, and I knew that the tsunami was just about to hit. So I sought God, and I was praying about what this meant and whether or not it was even from Him. And I felt strong confirmation that it was. The definitions for a bunch of those things in my dream, as I put it all together, it kind of made a bit more sense. Because this is the second dream that I've had of a tsunami coming, and these preceding sort of waves of darkness before the tsunami, it was pretty standout already. And yeah, I knew that it had significance and it had meaning. So as I sought the meanings for all of these things, it turns out that Tahiti means the rising sun. So the rising sun or the rising son, and that the tsunami represents an outpouring of God's Spirit, of the Holy Spirit, and that was indicated by the number 7, which is in the dream the wave was 7 times higher than the height of the ocean. So that showed that this was a good thing. This wave that's coming is a wave of God's Spirit. It's a wave of His outpouring, a wave of His power, in whatever form that's going to take. But preceding that comes these other events. Now, whether or not this is a literal earthquake, I don't know, but there is a shifting, and earthquakes represent a kind of a warning or a letting you know that there is about to be some kind of revival or visitation from God. So that kind of goes with the wave. But then also this darkness in this blackness, I looked up what those things represented, and that's the darkness and the blackness is something that obscures your perception right before this wave hits. So there's the earthquake, and then there's this darkness. And in the darkness, these 2 people who came and were attacking me, they represent the old man or the flesh. Those things that can be, old habits or old thoughts or things that really have hounded you through life. They were coming at me in this darkness. So in this place where my perception was obscured, these old patterns or these old thoughts were coming at me. And I needed to call on the Lord in this time and hold on, because through that and after that, the wave was going to hit, and it was going to impact the entire globe with the power and the presence of God in a way that we all need. So yeah, this was the dream, and like I said, it's the second dream that I've had within 3 weeks with this recurring theme. And that's the interpretation that I came to. If there's anything else that you see in that, or you can add to the meaning, then please let me know. And yeah, thanks guys.